Welcome to another edition of The Naked Truth. I'm your host, Ramon Roan, and
John Singletary.
And we'd first like to thank you for watching this video. And please subscribe. Please visit our website at www.jfrinc.org. Our mission is to give you due process. Due process is a guarantee by the Constitution. However, not all of us get due process. The title we want to talk about, we don't have a special title for this at this moment, but we want to talk about Bill Cosby. And recently, Bill Cosby been hit. I don't know why, but he's been hit with these allegations. And they're allegations right now of rape, or I guess rape. And some of these allegations are like 30 years old. And I'm suspicious of this. I'm not naturally suspicious, but I'm thinking about 30 years ago, this woman says that Bill Cosby drugged her and raped her. And did she just find this out 30 years later? And not trying to be flippant here, not trying to be humorous here, but the fact is like, it happened 30 years ago, and now you're bringing this up? I am suspicious of what's going on here. Now, this is what I do know. Bill Cosby, one, he was vocal, and he was vocal to the liberal ways of the black community has been raising their children. He's upset. Now, he's righteously upset because he has a point on that you're buying your child $100 pair of sneakers, and he can't spell, he can't even say his ABCs. Or something like that, or you're naming them these kind of names, like, and to where it's hindering them from getting employment. It may hinder them from getting employment. So he's concerned about the black community, but he was very conservative in his viewpoint on the black community. But recently, meaning a few years ago, Bill Cosby had put in a bid.
Started to speak out.
Yeah, he started to speak out, but also he put a bid in on buying NBC. Now, NBC is a pretty liberal network, and we got the Reverend Al Sharpton on MSNBC, but I'm thinking that why is this now coming up? What did Bill do because there's something right now, I'm thinking 11 or 15 women somewhere, I know it's over 10 women that are now come forward that saying that what he did to them. Now, like I said, this is like the statutes of limitation have run out. So all of them, they've run out. So what is the point of this? I don't understand it, John. I don't understand it. But I'm saying that, look, this God bless her, this old woman, elderly woman, her name was Sister Elizabeth Edwards. She told me she would have this old saying, and I know the Singletary, they got all kinds of old sayings. John's family, they got all kinds. But I knew you heard this one here. Something in the milk ain't clean. Something in the milk ain't clean.
Listen, Bill Cosby or anybody else, there's no justification for wrongdoing.
No.
Me, you, Bill, anybody, doesn't matter.
No.
But when we take a look at the witch hunt that's going on now,
right,
for Bill, it is wrong.
Right.
Now, we always know that he's been at the forefront of advocating wholesome families.
Yeah.
And he has the show that he had, it depicted what I didn't see far-fetched from what a black family could be. But yet it was non-traditional in terms of what most whites probably want for a black family.
Right.
And so that thing in itself says that there's a lot of good in Bill.
Yeah, sure enough.
And he had Alvin Prasad, Dr. Prasad, and different people who were on the show, connected with the show in terms of consultants, to make sure that everything that was done,
to give you a good image of the
it gave not only a good image, but it also was in keeping with maintaining and helping to, from a physiological and a psychological standpoint, to assist young blacks in helping to raise their children.
Right.
It showed America what black families could be.
Right.
even stacked up against white families, it was great.
It was.
It was great.
And look at white family loved it.
And entertaining.
Yeah, it was.
And there were a lot of other things that Bill did as well. But for them to come out now, him being an old man, to say we're going to drive you in the ground like a stake,
right?
I don't see the sense in why it's being done.
No, wow.
And like I said earlier, there's no justification for it.
No.
And if they wanted to do it, then why didn't they go to Bill?
Right.
Why didn't they not go to Bill to discuss it with Bill?
Right. You know, I may understand that if you went to court, okay, but they're not going to court. They're not going to court on this. Because
I think one of them was in court.
Huh?
The one with the 15-year-old girl, I think. Because see, like for her being 15, statute of limitations doesn't start until she's of age, which is 18, and runs 6-7 years from there. But even that has run out.
Right. Now, what I'm saying, you have to have a cause of action, even though you can take it to the court, but that doesn't mean that you have a legal right.
For it to be dismissed.
Yeah, but Janice Dickinson, you know, Bill may have done it. I don't know. He may be guilty of that. Look, I'm not saying the Bill is a saint. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that...
Do we go back and take a look at all of the things that not only people have done, but the government has done against blacks?
Yeah.
And we bring these up. And now we get to take them to court like... inserting syphilis and gonorrhea and all those other things into the African American young men.
Right.
Do we go back now and pull up all of those things?
Good point. You know, but 30 years ago, and you're now bringing this up?
They need to leave Bill the hell alone.
They need to leave him alone. But I believe that this is orchestrated. There's something behind the scenes, and we may not know. But this man has done a lot for black, as far as the image is concerned. He's done a lot for black community. I believe he told me some years ago that during some of the movies that Sidney Poitier did, you said Bill didn't take a paycheck. You remember that?
Yeah.
He didn't take a paycheck. Wow. You mean to tell me allowing these movies to come out, and I did not know that Bill didn't take a paycheck. You know, hey, I didn't get paid for this, you know. Why? Well, it helped the black community because we needed to see blacks do something instead of being pimps or drug dealers, you know.
Absolutely.
And so we think about his contribution to the black community, but now we want to bring up something that is alleged. There is no evidence. I believe it was one lady. I think they settled out of court. The law enforcement said that. How can you say that he raped you, and you waited a year, but she waited a year later. I think it was in 2004. I think it was. She waited a year later. Said that we can't perform on your rape, keep it on you. That is saying human rape. How can we do that? So I'm not saying that first of all, if any man rapes a woman, I think that they ought to be punished to the fullest extent of the law, prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. So if Bill is guilty of that, that's fine. I think he should be punished according to the rule of law. But you're waiting 30 years later, 1982, 1979.
Well, the rule said that the statute is run, and so you can't even bring it to court.
Right. So now it's defamation of my character.
Exactly.
Right. I know some of the liberal people, Democrats, they don't like this, but Herman Cain. Hey, it reminds me of Herman Cain. Now see if John just did.
Sure it does, because listen, whenever there's a black man in power,
right,
the first thing they do is they try and have some sexual innuendo that defames his character.
It does, right.
Now, Herman Cain,
Becky Stan,
one of the front runners.
Becky Stan.
Becky Stan.
Go ahead.
I like Herman Cain.
The 999 plan.
Exactly right.
All right.
Good economic sense.
Right.
But I think that it was someone other than the lady who influenced her to come forward and make those accusations and allegations about Herman Cain. Right. Again, that's the way they use tactics in order to try and subvert and get rid of the momentum that's being established. Now, Bill, just recently, he's been going around talking more voicious about the African American community and how,
particularly the family.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
How it needs to progress.
Right.
How there are some racial issues that we need to deal with as America.
Right.
Towards the African American community.
Right.
And so, I mean, with the clout that he has, I think that somebody simply came forward and said, listen, we got to stop him.
We got to stop him, yeah. And then, you know, some of these people, I mean, like I said, these allegations are gone, they may be some truth to it. I don't know. But for it to come up now, you know, not long after he had tried to buy NBC, I mean, you think about it. Here it is, Bill Cosby buys NBC. What kind of program you think NBC gonna have?
Like Bounce.
What kind of? So I'm like, man, you know, because we don't have that kind. You think about the main.
We got Oprah's network.
Yeah.
We got Bounce. But then there would have been another one.
Right. But Bill Cosby would have had programming that was going to be beneficial. That's going to show blacks and give blacks an example. That here's where you can be.
Sure.
So I think hey, look, I don't think we ought to. Bill is innocent until proven guilty, and we ought to keep it at that. He's innocent until proven guilty.
And as a black community, with what he's done for us, we need to continually lift him up.
Yeah, sure enough. Yeah,
we need to continually lift him up and stand by.
Right, stand by. That's what I'm going to do. John said he's going to do that. I'm going to do the same thing.
And we hope you do the same.
And we hope you do the same thing. Hey, give him the benefit of the doubt. He's innocent until he's proven guilty in the court of law. He's innocent. These women, they can bring up their cases, but you know, there's a motive behind it. All right, John, you can close this out, man.
Well, once again, we want you to subscribe to the channel. We need your subscriptions. We want you to get on and view it. We want you to get your friends to subscribe as well. Remember, Bill is innocent until proven guilty, and in the meantime, for what he's done in the past, we need to uplift him. The same way on the other side, they uplift a lot of their heroes who have fallen, who've done things. They don't ostracize them, they don't throw them away, just like in a family. You know, I've got some people in my family who I may not be particularly proud of, but I don't throw them to the dogs. They don't throw their own to the dogs, and so why should we throw ours?
Hey, I know you can close this out, but Bill Clinton, he done some stuff too. You know,
they say Bill Black.
No comment. No comment. No comment.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Look here. Look, I mean, they said that some of them women said they were raped, physically raped by Bill Clinton. Not a drug, a rape by Bill Clinton. All right, John. Yeah, you got it.
At any rate, we want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We want to make sure that you get involved with proportional assignment and attach your vote to that. And that's the only thing that you should consider. And in terms of Bill, he's still Bill. He's still Bill, yeah. This has been another edition of The Naked Truth, and we'll see you at the next show.